So, about a month or so ago, I was invited by Aputure to the Aputure Crew House. I did not know what to expect, but essentially they invited us to this beautiful house in the Hollywood Hills. It was 6 filmmakers, and they gave us a plethora of gear and equipment to use to create and shoot whatever it was that we wanted. But the biggest takeaway from this experience was the 15-minute filmmaker challenge. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about this 15-minute challenge. So pretty much we were given 15 minutes to set up a documentary interview. Now, we didn't know the location, we didn't know the gear, and we did not know the grip that we would be using. And it wasn't until we all got to the location that we were giving the rules and we were giving everything that we were going to be able to use.
Brittney!
Hey!
This is your room. You can use anywhere in the room. Frame it how you want. You have the camera.
Okay.
You have a 600C Pro Mark II, and you have a Infinibar 4-light kit. All the grip gear in here you can use. The one surprise that we lied about is you do have Coulter to help you.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
you have hands.
So for me, the first thing was find your composition. Like, there's no way that you can even start shooting anything or lighting anything without finding your composition.
Go!
All right, Gaffer, come here. Let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to see what my composition looks like. So I'm thinking of like shooting like more so here maybe. Can you get away first?
Yeah. I can't light anyway, so.
So if we got enough space, we'll put the 6 and like, if we can put it here, we can move this just to wrap the light around. We're gonna go up to 56. Okay.
You want this? You want to cut it?
So I have this app called Carriage, and it allows me to put in my camera that I'm using. So I can like, in my lenses, so I can go in and like really find my frame. The reason why I decided to go for this particular frame was because I am a documentary DP. Like, I love shooting interviews, I love doing docs. And so to me, I felt really good going into this because I'm like, this is kind of what I do. So I instantly started thinking of some of the stills and some of the things that I have saved as inspiration of how I would want to recreate a frame for a doc. And so all of those things start popping up. Specifically, the New York Times has a YouTube, and on their YouTube they do these beautiful 4:3 aspect ratio docs, and they really bring the talent in close, and you just feel so intimate as they're kind of telling their story. And most of the docs, or at least the one that I really thought about, was a musical doc. And looking at Tony, he just reminded me of Justin Timberlake, and he reminded me of Robin Thicke put together. And so instantly in my head, I was like, this could be a music doc. Because I want this to be a music documentary, let me look at mood, let me look at tone, let me look at all of these things. And so instantly as I thought about that, I'm like, I want a natural look. I want it to be lively and brighter. I don't want it to be moody or sad. He could have been the next Justin Timberlake. We could have been fangirling over Tony, right? Or even fanboying over Tony. And so in my head, I'm like, I just want it to look a certain way and feel a certain way. And that really brought everything together. And that's one of the things you got to think about, like, what is this documentary about? And now how can I add to that story? I thought it would be cool to just have him centered on a wide angle, but we bring him really, really close so it still feels very intimate instead of just having like this super wide shot. But then I also really, really liked this like hero shot. So I did bring the tripod down a little low and angle up because it was like about him. So it's like small details like that that really kind of change and elevate just a standard documentary interview. The second tip is going to be focus on your key and everything else will follow. My biggest thing is we get key up first, because if we don't have time for any other light, at least we got key.
Strike on this?
Striking, bring that down to 25. All right. Do we have any thing that can hold it, or do we need to put that C-stand in front to wrap? Let's do that. Or, I mean, you know what we could do is bring it over and then maybe bounce it a little bit. How do we turn it? Yeah, so let's see. It's as low as it can go. I want you like real like.
I got you. You want me down the barrel, or you
Down the barrel. In this doc, I want you to say, I was the next Justin. So when you think about it, we had the windows as a backlight, and because there were a sky, window, we had hair light, and so we really just needed that 600 as our key light. And so we end up using the 600 and we bounced it into a white wall, which also allowed for like a nice softer fall off onto him. Even though it was specular, it was still a nice softer fall off. Camera left, and then that still gave a little bit of contrast, camera right, because there was no walls on that side. And that was pretty much our frame, and that was pretty much the main aspect of our lighting, which was using a 600 and really just allowing this natural wraparound. Since we had so many windows, it felt organic and natural for that light to be placed there so that it could wrap around, because you have windows in the back, you have windows camera left, and now you're seeing light coming from somewhere. So maybe there's a window, maybe the motivation is from a window over there as well. And so the goal was to wrap it and create a more natural fall off and natural look lighting wise. After you focus on the key and after you have your composition, for me it was also, okay, I'm seeing the room, now I'm looking at the background. Could we elevate? Do we need to change some things? I still have a little bit more time. What can I do with this to like just enhance it? I instantly, y'all know I love texture, so I instantly decided to figure out what can we do with this bookshelf. Maybe we can play around with this. Let's just get one adding some kind of texture over here. You know what? We could put a plant in front of it. Maybe that'll help.
I told Justin, I was like, I think we're over this.
Yeah, we gotta see what we can add to hide this door, because it's not giving me anything for real. 3 minutes. Now, give me probably one more of those. We have one more. Do we have another CC?
Nope, just one. This is at 30%.
And is this 5,600?
That's at 56, yep.
No, I'll take it back.
Walk in.
Let's do this. We gonna do a little something. Did that do anything?
Maybe it's for you. Okay.
It does add a little bit. Can you make that? It does add a little bit. I'm happy with it. Let's do one more over there as well.
Got it, same area?
Same. Well, actually, we're gonna do the next one. Probably here, since he's hiding here as well. I don't like when the background just falls off, so I'm just trying to keep, it's a lot happening over here. I'm just trying to keep it a little lighter. You can already tell it's daylight, so I just want to kind of like we're wrapping all this light in here around, so I'm gonna bring that in. Okay, let's go down to 5,000.
I know. Clear direction.
So again, I did not need to use the infinity bars. I decided to use it because I just wanted more detail and texture, but I could have been okay, honestly, with that one light. One thing that I would change, in hindsight, looking back on it, and I would have double diffused the light. I would have put that mini dome on the 600 and still bounced it to the wall, so it would have came even softer onto him. Because like I said, the light on him is specular, so the highlights, you can kind of see that they're a little hotter. Overall, he still has a softer look, but you can see the little specks of light within the highlights. That's the only thing that I would change, but overall, I feel pretty good about what I got. But that's pretty much it. I really, really love the challenge, and I think these challenges do so much for you. I think they really bring a new skill set. You're learning how to race against time. You're learning how to bring to your memory everything that you have learned so far. And a lot of times you don't get the opportunity when you always have all the time in the world and all the gear that you need. You're never put to the test to really figure out what you know. And so for me, being able to only have 15 minutes, it's bringing to my memory everything that I've learned and really challenging challenging and channeling everything that I've learned. And like I said, there has been times where I've only had 20, 30 minutes to set up. So this is not a thing that may never happen. This may happen to you as a DP and as a cinematographer, and you really have to be ready for it. And so being able to have these kind of challenges with your peers or your friends, they really do put you into this test vibe, because you never know what you're made of until you're tested. That's like a life thing. And so being able to be tested like this really kind of shows you what you're made of, and it grows you. And because it grows you, you really kind of can go back and look on every single opportunity that you've had so far and be like, okay, this is what I can do better. And so I'm honored to have had that opportunity to grow in that way. I think iron sharpens iron, and I learned so much from every filmmaker that was a part of this. Shout out to all of them. I love them. I actually knew a lot of them, and they're family at this point. So I was just honored to be a part. I learned so much, and I'm super thankful for the opportunity. Shouts out to Aputure for even thinking and considering and including me in this, the whole Aputure Crew House for that week for Cinegear. So let me know y'all thoughts about my frame, what you would have done differently, what you just think about it. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave them down in the comments below. I won't tell y'all who won, and I won't tell y'all the process, because hopefully the full episode or episodes are come out eventually. But just know it was some close calls happening, okay? That's all I'm going to say. But with that, let me know your thoughts. Leave them down below. Definitely like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all continue to learn something with these videos. And again, this is a forever growing situation. No one's perfect. No one's better. It's just one of those things where everybody is playing in their lane, and I'm super excited to have been in a lane with some amazing filmmakers. So shouts out to everybody, and I'll see y'all in the next video.